Hello guys and welcome back to another video on the AI series. We have now come to the much awaited part of our video series, that is writing our game JavaScript code to make our web page interactive and actually play, because as of now it is just a web page with no functionality. It's as of now just a design and does nothing. So let's now get our game to work. We will learn how to create an unbeatable AI player in this video. There are only 6 parts to a JavaScript code, and we will cover them all one by one. Part 1, Initial State. This is the first part of our code where we will be assigning the initial states. We will be installing the variables and arrays in this state. We create variables and assign values to them. These variables are going to be used throughout the code. These lines of code will be executed as soon as this JavaScript file is referred. That is when the player starts playing the game. There are also objects that are referred, and objects can store multiple values within each value. Like in result value, each value we will have the index of the box and the score, as we learned in the minimax algorithm function. Example: let's assign a winner variable with winning states. Winner variable is a two-dimensional array that has value from 0 to 8. Winner is equivalent to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 0, 3, 6, 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 0, 4, 8, 2, 4, 6. These are our winner values and can make a player win. These values will be required when we have to check whether a player has won or not. We will have to make sure that whenever new game button is clicked, the page is reloaded. This will require creating a new game button click event and a corresponding function that will reload the page when new game button is clicked. This is done by adding lister method. Button is referred by its new ID. When a human player plays, one of the canvases is clicked. Our browser has to determine which of the canvases have been clicked. We create a canvas click event to retrieve this value. Part 2. Now let's go for part 2. This is drawing the X and O's. Draw X and draw O function are created for the same. We have created this function in a way that when a box is clicked, its background color changes. We also create two diagonal lines to help representation of X. Also, we have to assign a relevant array value to the symbol array, as array starts from 0 and we have numbered our canvases starting with 1. So we write num1 to refer to the first canvas. We assign symbol array value as human as x, for X represents the human player. Similarly, we draw O, and that is our AI player. Symbol next is AI. We create two variables, human as X and AI as O. We are simply referring to the same. Now we are on part 3 of the code, that is creating the winner check function. We need to check after every move if a player has won or not. This winner check function has two values. One is symbol that holds the current state of the game, and the other is player, whether it is human or AI. the for loop that will run throughout the winner array we defined earlier. Next part of the code is creating the box click function, that is when the human player is playing. With switch statement we know which box was clicked and we retrieve that number. We check two things. First, whether the box clicked is already drawn. In this case, we do not allow the player to click a filled box again. Also, if the game is over, we do not allow the player to click any further boxes. We write corresponding statements. This is done with the help of if-else statement over here. Now we create a module for the AI player. For AI player to play, it has to know which box is empty. When the human player plays first, there are 9 empty boxes that the AI player can play. This also required by the minimax algorithm to draw the game tree find the best possible optimal move. This is done by the empty box function. Final step is to create AI function. This is the last part of the entire code, that is making the AI play. We will create play AI and minimax function. Play AI function will play the turn and minimax function will take the decision for the AI player on the move that is required to be made. Minimax function is the meat of this game. This is the function which will make either AI win or the game to be draw. As you are aware, minimax algorithm creates the entire tree for every move from the current state of the game, as this ensures that the AI plays the optimal move. With this, our code is done. Let us check our final outcome. As soon as I draw on the canvas, play AI function plays its move, and when AI is responding with its move, it is actually going through the entire algorithm that we have written in the minimax function. It determines the best place to draw and makes its move. The algorithm is written in a way that the AI player always ensures that the human player does not win and the AI player makes the best move. We can play multiple times. Either the AI player will win or the game will be a draw. We can also check the other conditions and try to click on the box that is filled. It will show the error message that this box is already filled. Please click another one. Even if the human player plays intelligently, it can only draw the game. You can try by clicking on new game button to restart the game, and every time it's either tries to draw the game or with the human player or the AI wins. We have now successfully created an unbeatable AI player for a tic-tac-toe game. So we are creating an intelligence that can play at par with a human being. Hope you enjoyed watching our video on the tic-tac-toe game and coding in HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Stay tuned for more industry use cases on the artificial intelligence. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do like, share and subscribe. Signing off for now, but stay in tune.